Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, the fourth president of the Republic of Namibia, and now immediate former president, and Madam Siska Mbumba. Your Excellencies, heads of state and governments, Your Excellency, Dr. Hifikepunye Pohamba, our second president, and Madam Penehu Pifo Pohamba, Your Excellencies, former heads of states and governments, Your Excellencies, vice presidents, and prime ministers, Honorable Dr. Sarah Kuongerwa Madila, Speaker of the National Assembly, and Mr. Amadila, Honorable Lucas Sinimbo Muha, Chairperson of the National Council, and Madam Muha, Your Lordship Peter Shivute, Chief Justice, and Justice Shivute, all our visiting dignitaries, and let me recognize my dear husband, General Ndaitwa, and ask to stand on the protocol established by the Director of Ceremonies, but singling out my dear sister Samia Suluhu Hassan, of the President of the United Republic of Tanzania. I want also to, looking into the audience, I'm really moved. And with your permissions, directors of ceremony, I cannot avoid but to recognize African women leaders in this room. And I believe it is not too much. It's not too much if I can ask the African women leaders who are visiting us in this occasion just to raise. African women leaders who are visiting us specifically. Among them, I'm recognizing faces that have played a major role in the preparation and the holding of the 4th World Conference on Women that took place in Beijing. Madam Ellen Sirleaf was then working at the UNDP. And in my capacity, Beijing platform, we had serious problems where to meet. But I know the Deputy Secretary General is here, and this is not reporting anybody. She made her office available for us to operate there. And they were working with Viola Morgan, who's also in the audience. Please, my colleagues, thank you very much for coming, and take your seat. I'll now go to my statement. Fellow Namibians, ladies and gentlemen, today we are gathered here as Namibians, joined by the international community to witness the change of administration from one head of state to another. Changing of administration has become an entrenchment political and historical phenomenon in the Namibian culture and tradition since independence in 1990. I therefore stand before you today with profound gratitude and a deep sense of responsibility towards the people of Namibia who placed their trust and confidence in me by electing me as the 5th President of the Republic of Namibia to lead this great nation for the next 5 years. Directors of ceremonies, my ascendance to the highest office in the land is the accumulation of years of struggle by generations of Namibian men and women for the political, social, and economic liberation of our motherland. I would like to pay homage to all of them, those who have passed on and the living. Today's event is taking place 20 days after we laid to rest His Excellency, Comrade Dr. Sam Shafishuna Nujoma, Namibia's founding president, father of the Namibian nation, and the leader of our revolution. May his soul rest in perfect peace, as he is one of those we are paying homage today. Let me also take this opportunity to acknowledge the crucial role that the international community has played in our struggle for national independence. Your solidarity, material, and moral support has carried us to the logical conclusion of our struggle, namely the attainment of our independence. It is gratifying to see that so many representatives of friendly countries, organizations, and individuals, friends of Namibia, have come to celebrate with us our 35th anniversary of our independence and to witness my inauguration. Your presence here today is highly appreciated. It's a source of inspiration and a moral booster to me and Namibians at large. And I want to assure you that our policies on strengthening cooperation with the international communities, with your own countries, and your organization would continue to be strengthened. Director of Ceremonies, my inauguration today is taking place against the backdrop of solid foundation that was laid by my predecessors. Our founding president, Dr. Sam Nujoma, who led the liberation struggle and laid a solid foundation for peace, democracy, social and economic development. In his acceptance speech as first president of an independent Namibia, Comrade Sam Safishuna Nujoma had this to say, and I quote, "I move in the name of our people to declare that Namibia is forever free, sovereign, and independent." End of quote. Successfully, President and Dr. Hage Godfrey Geingob and Nangolo Mbumba built on that foundation, and each and every one of them made a distinctive contribution to nation building, among others, strengthening our democratic institutions, capacities, consolidating national unity, social and economic development. Accordingly, in assuming the presidency on the 21st March 2005, President Dr. Hifikepunye Pohamba had this to say, and I quote, "A new dawn has set on our beautiful country. From this day onward, our country will continue to move towards the future as a united, democratic, and prosperous nation." End of quote. While President Dr. Hage Geingob, in celebrating the 30th anniversary of our independence, said, and I quote, "It was on this day that we witnessed the hosting of the Namibian flag, symbolizing the birth of a sovereign nation, celebrating the gift of freedom and opportunity to pursue our common aspiration." And in addressing our 34th independence anniversary, President Nangolo Mbumba reminded us that, and I quote, "True independence is fundamental to the success and credibility of any nation. It is only through independence that people can obtain their dignity and full humanity." End of quote. With those profound statements of our leaders, the progress that we have made as a nation was a result of collective efforts. Individual members of our society responded to the call of our leaders, and each arm of the state, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, made significant contribution to the political, social, and economic development of our country. Similarly, the private sector, churches, traditional authorities, and other non-state actors have been also important constituency in nation building. I therefore pledge to continue to work with all these institutions and to make a success of our country. In other words, the legacy of our leaders has to continue. Directors of ceremonies, the task facing me as the 5th President of the Republic of Namibia is to preserve the gains of our independence on all fronts and to ensure that unfinished agenda of economic, and social advancement of our people is carried forward with vigor and determination to bring about a shared, balanced prosperity